So, okay. And the state, later we will see, has the responsibility to see to it that each and every one of us will be able to develop all our potentials. Not to control, not to prohibit, nor to stifle, but to assist. Because again, what is the purpose of the state? What is the purpose of the government? What is the purpose of society? It's always for the good of every individual. Okay, now, after the right to life is the right to education. Because we also have to develop the mind. No? And that's very clear also in the Philippine Constitution. The right to education. Because if the purpose of the government, if the purpose of the state, if the purpose of the society is for the good of every human person, is for the good of every human individual, for the good of every citizen, one important obligation of the state is to develop the mind of its citizenry. In fact, the Constitution does not only say the right to education. For those who are expert in Philippine Constitution, what does it say about the right to education? It is the right to quality education. What is quality education? According to Father Joaquin Bernas, Jesuit, who was a member of the framers of the Philippine Constitution after EDSA, quality education is that education that will equip the student the competencies that will make him ready for the next level. That is quality education. That means, if you're grade 1, dapat lahat ng dapat mong malaman sa grade 1, ituturo sa iyo para ready ka na sa grade 2. At sa grade 2, ituturo sa iyo na lahat ng mga learning competencies para ka maging ready sa grade 3. Ang nangyayari, hindi ganon. Grade 1 ay talaga namang mahina sa klase. Napagod na yung teacher. Ipopromote sa grade 2. Sabi, bahala ng next teacher sa grade 2, siya ang bahala doon. Parang good riddance, no? Napagod na sa katuturo, hindi talaga na nababaro. Ayaw din siya nababaro. Hindi natututo. So, sabi ng teacher, napagod na ako, no? Sige, sabi, bigyan ko lang ng grado dyan, no? 90, para ang grade 2 teacher ang bahala dyan. Ay, problema, sa grade 2, ganon din. Talaga naman hindi natututo ito. No? Sige, bigyan ko ng 90 para bahala ng grade 3 teacher na magproblema sa kanya. So, palagi siyang pinopromote to the next level. Dumating siya ng college. 4th year college na. Palagi naman siyang pinopromote. But anong nangyari? Hindi siya ready. He did not learn the competences that he should have learned from grade 1 to 4th year college. Nag 4th year college na siya. Akala niya, ready na siya kasi pinopromote man siya. Malaki ba ang grado niya? Nag 4th year college, hindi nga alam ang 4 fundamental operations. No? Yung times, multiply, subtract. Hindi nga alam yung principle ng, MDAS. No? Pag nagsosolve, una yung yung parenthesis, yung multiply, equation. I think it's parenthesis, equation, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Yung iba hindi nga alam doon, paano unahin. No? At iba hindi nga alam yung parts of speech. 4th year college na. Adverb, adjective. Ano yun, Father? Anong adjective? Bakit nag 4th year ka, hindi mo alam? Kasi ganun, no? Kaya nga, sabi ni Father Joaquin Bernas, what is quality education? Hindi lang education. Naka-enshrine sa ating Constitution, every Filipino student has the right to quality education. That means that dapat every child should be taught the learning competencies that he or she should need to have in every year level or grade level. Why? Because it's good for the citizenry. It's good for the people that you have educated community or people. So, that's another right. So, kaya sabi ko, the right to life, hindi lang the right to exist, but the right na lumago yung buhay mo. That you will live as a human being, that you will grow and develop all your potentials. Kaya nga, that's the fundamental right, but that's not enough. Hindi lang the right to exist. one important right that comes from that right to life is the right to develop your mind. And the state has the responsibility to see to it that every pupil is ready for the kind of life that he or she will be having when he finishes schooling. That's why, for example, the government should now be ready that according to some studies, in 2035, many of our workers in mga internet, anong tawag nun? Call centers will disappear because most of the call centers will now be run by artificial intelligence, like Siri, They will only need few who will address issues that cannot be handled by computers. So that means the government should be developing and producing graduates whose competency will no longer be demanded, should be ready to educate students whose learning should be ready for the kind of job that we will be having in the next 20 years. So we should already be preparing them for not anymore to work in call centers. Probably they will not be in need anymore when they graduate. Kaya ngayon ang problema because some of our textbooks are old, old textbook. And iba marami pang errors, di ba? Maraming problema 'yan, napagod na lang yung crusader ng Mr. Go, Palagi siyang nagpapublish ng mga errors sa mga books that are being published by DepEd and CHED. Napagod na lang siya siguro, Si Alipio Go ba 'yun? Palaging nakakahanap siya ng mga errors. Because yun ang nangyayari, the books that our students study are books whose content will be obsolete in 5 years. So, marami silang nalaman, but when they finish, they cannot be hired. Kasi alam lang nila yung luma pa. Like for example, even in offices, yung require na hindi yung lumang mga programming, So that's why the government should really be proactive, Hindi lang for the sake of turo ng turo, but they should also have in mind what kind of jobs will these people be having when they graduate. If, as predicted in 2030-35, the world will no longer be needing call center agents because this will be handled by artificial intelligences, so that the government should be ready to have graduates who will not be later on working in call centers, but allow them to find jobs in other business or, in information technology ventures. Now, together with the right education is the right to know the truth. That's why government should not patronize fake news, because we need people who are in touch with reality. And that's why I cannot understand why there are governments who control media. When governments control media, there is a hidden agenda. It is to control how people think. And usually they make excuses as saying, well, because there are dangerous ideas coming from other sources that might disturb our people. But sometimes it's actually a form of control. We don't want people to see other points of view, so that we can control how people think. So the right to the truth. And unfortunately today it's not easy anymore. There's so many ways to deceive. Even Facebook, may mga filter na you're not even aware whether talking to a real person or everything is virtual. So the less we are in contact with real people, the farther we are from the truth. Another right is the right to work. So the right to work is something also that must be addressed by the government. Because again, if the purpose of the government, if the purpose of the state is to develop every human person, especially his or her competencies, his or her talents, the government should also provide jobs or work or means out of which they can practice, enhance, and implement what they have learned in school.